Are you like me and love fall? Like, really, really love fall? Or do you want to fall for fall?
Oh my gosh. Orange, you glad it's fall?
Being from Australia, my absolute favourite thing about living in the US is the defined seasons and the way they're embraced and celebrated. And fall might just be the most special time of year. So in this ultimate guide to a fall trip in New England, I'm going to show you how I embrace fall to the max and how you can do it too. Okay, step one. Assuming you're coming from out of town, track the leaves before you go. While you may end up wanting to stay for a week if you find a cozy cabin you love, a weekend will be more than enough to feel like you've experienced fall. Now, obviously the fundamental part of fall is the foliage, so I should note that when you go will depend on where you go. In the US, the more north you go, the sooner it gets colder, so the sooner the leaves will start to change colour. Fall colours can occur anywhere between late September and late November, but in New England the peak will typically only last about a week in mid-October. So unfortunately, if you're watching this in real time in 2020, the peak has already passed for most of northern Vermont, New Hampshire and Maine. However, for the purpose of this video, I'll assume you're either taking a less northerly trip, wistfully waiting for 2020 to end and planning ahead, or are just curious about fall in New England and wondering whether it's worth a trip. Obviously it is. So with that, step 2, decide where you want to go. New England is undeniably the quintessential fall hotspot. Throughout this region there is an abundance of quaint towns, farms, and, most importantly, foliage. Many of the larger farms throughout this area hold festivals and will offer a plethora of fall fun activities, but I'll dive into those later. This does mean though that no matter where you stay, you'll be able to get the full fall experience. That being said, if you want a jumping point, popular destinations are Burlington, Vermont, Woodstock, Vermont, the White Mountains in New Hampshire, Salem, Massachusetts, the Berkshires in Massachusetts, Litchfield Hills, Connecticut, and although it's technically not New England, I can vouch for the Hudson Valley and the Catskills in New York. However, the northeastern states are all very close together, so if you're okay with driving, it's not only very possible to see multiple states and towns on the same trip, but it's what I would advise. I'm driving from New York City to New Hampshire, so it takes 4 hours, but right away that checks off New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire, and I can definitely confirm that half of the beauty of a fall trip is the scenery that you see along the way, and just being able to stop and explore as you go. Maybe even consider staying in different places on different nights if you want to experience more of the area. On that note, step 3, book your accommodation. Ideally, to get the ultimate fall experience, I think you're going to want to stay in a wooden cabin, a family-run bed and breakfast, or if you're up for a unique experience, stay in a tent or a yurt. Don't worry, if you're not a camper, there are plenty of options on sites like Airbnb, VRBO, and HipCamp that have the tents already set up for you. And if you're into embracing Halloween too, this could be the perfect opportunity to roast s'mores and tell stories around the campfire. If you're like me and you have a furry friend you can't travel without, a lot of B&Bs may be out of the question, but there are plenty of cozy pet-friendly cabins to make up for that. I found this awesome little tiny cabin in New Hampshire. My goal was to escape the city, be a part of the beautiful foliage, and have Sam be able to run, so this place more than checks all of those boxes. Keep in mind though, bears and other local creatures are still strolling around at this time of year, so make sure to keep an eye on your pets while they're running around. Step 4, pack. In my opinion, half the fun is dressing for fall. Yes, I'm talking flannels, sweaters, cute boots, and guys, don't think you can't embrace this too. If you're going in October, in general, light layers and chunky sweaters will suffice, but obviously check the temperatures before you go. Step 5, drive and start exploring all of the fall things to do. There are endless family fun fall activities you can do on your trip, and don't let the family part put you off. There is no shame in seeking these out as an adult. So without further ado, here is my quintessential fall fun bucket list. First off, see if there are any events on when you're going. Throughout September, October, and early November, there will be fall harvest festivals, Halloween events, and quirky themed displays everywhere. I visited Applecrest Farms during their fall festival this weekend and loved it.
Like the flowers need the dew, our loving you has
quintessential and had everything I had hoped for right there. But as I mentioned already, there are countless large farms throughout the Northeast that go all out for fall, so do a quick Google and see what's nearby and what they offer. However, the major event hubs are Salem, Massachusetts, obviously Salem Witch Trials, they go all out every year. Sleepy Hollow, New York, home of the Headless Horseman, the Great Jack-o'-lantern Blaze, and a smaller gem I found, Pumpkin Town, USA. Past that, here are the fall activities you can do easily in the Northeast, no matter where your destination. Go apple picking or pumpkin picking. Carve the pumpkins you picked. Bake pumpkin seeds and bake a pie with your new pumpkins and apples. Or just support a local business and buy a freshly baked pie and you can eat it on your trip. Get lost in a corn maze and eat corn on the cob. Go on a hayride, throw leaves.
Oh my gosh, it's like Mother Nature's confetti. I love it.
Throw pumpkins or use a pumpkin cannon. Yes, a lot of these fall activities are pumpkin themed, but that's the beauty of fall. Have a pumpkin latte or a hot chocolate. Have a candy apple. Drink apple cider and eat cider donuts. And last, but perhaps most importantly, just enjoy the natural surrounds, explore the local area, browse through shops, and support local businesses. And there you have it. Those are all of my suggestions for having the ultimate fall getaway. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite fall things to do are. Let me know if there's anything I missed that I should try. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like. So now, go enjoy the food, the drinks, and all of the festivities in the build up to Christmas, and make the most of being able to still enjoy being outside. Thanks for watching to this point, guys. See you later.